Let my mind attain some inexpressible, beatific bliss from thinking of Krishna's lotus feet, which are the home of the eternal pastimes of the beautiful maidens in all the worlds, which destroy the pride of whole whoa! Ah! Ah! Let my mind attain some inexpressible, beatific bliss from thinking of Krishna's lotus feet, which are the home of the eternal pastimes of the beautiful maidens in the worlds, in all the worlds, which destroy the pride of whole clusters of lotuses, which are highly esteemed by their great eagerness in providing safety for the Lord's humble devotees. Sweating. It's hot in there. No fan's going to do any good either. Oh my Lord. Woo. Again, let my mind attain some inexpressible, beatific bliss from thinking of Krishna's lotus feet, which are the home of the eternal pastimes of the most beautiful maidens in all the worlds, which destroy the pride of whole clusters of lotuses, and which are highly esteemed for their great eagerness in providing safety for the Lord's humble devotees. May the Lord of our life, that young boy Krishna, shine incessantly within our hearts. Oh, phew. May the Lord of our life, that young boy Krishna, shine incessantly within our hearts. His eyes full of love for Rādhā are the abode of infinite beauty. Whoa! Every day they appear newer and newer. At every step they increase their charm and elegance. And at every moment they sparkle more and more brilliantly. Turn the fan on. Do something. Oh man, is it hot. Phew. Jeez. Woo. Woo. This was one of Lord Chaitanya's favorite books. I think I know why now. From personal experience. Boy. Let's read that again. May my mind... Oh, wait. May the Lord of our life, that young boy Krishna, shine incessantly within our hearts. His eyes full of love for Rādhā are the abode of infinite beauty. Every day they appear newer and newer. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that true? It's happening. Man, we're in the zone, man. See, right in alignment with the parampara, all the way back, you know. And even, you see how even Krishna, the Lord liked this book because he's right in line with the residents of Vrindavan. See, right in line, all the way back to Vrindavan. Even before Lord Chaitanya, see Krishna, this personality got the mercy, Bilvamaṅgala Ṭhākura. Wow. Every day they appear newer and newer, and every step they increase their charm and elegance, and at every moment they sparkle more and more brilliantly. Man, I got up and down my spine. Shh. You're like a snake. You know how snakes? Chills going, ooh. Woo. Yeah. Whew. May my mind float along in the flood of bliss, emanating from Krishna's moonlike face. May my mind float along in the flood of bliss, emanating from Krishna's moonlike face, made charming by a very mild smile. Krishna has the appearance of a young boy and is beautified by waves of his passionate ecstasy. Breaking in the ocean of sweetness, he soothes all distress. Oh man, this is so conclusive. I can so relate to this. May my mind float along in the flood of bliss, emanating from Krishna's moonlike face, made charming by a very mild smile. Krishna has the appearance of a young boy, and is, whoa, and is beautified, whoa, by waves of his passionate ecstasy. Passionate ecstasy, huh? Can you relate to that, man? Yeah, you will. Passionate ecstasy. Breaking in the ocean of sweetness, he soothes all distress. That's real bhakti. It soothes all distress. See? The false stuff doesn't. Let the force of the flood of bliss emanating from Krishna's face, let the force of the flood of bliss emanating from Krishna's face, which saturates the whole universe, play within my heart, which is moistened by contact with Krishna's lotus feet. By the display of charming, artless emotions on his open, lovely lotus face. Artless, isn't that an interesting word? Artless. On his, see? And by the melody of his flute, which is relished by Rādhā. I bow down to the feet of Lord Kṛṣṇa, whose jeweled anklets tinkle, and whose footprints decorate the paths of Raj. May the sweet jingling of the jeweled anklets of Kṛṣṇa, the master of the milkmaids, be manifest in my mind. Kamalas, Radhas, white swans swimming in the lotus-filled ponds of the Yamuna, accord that sweet jingling a warm welcome with the melodious warbling from their throats. May the sweet jingling of the jeweled anklets of Kṛṣṇa, the master of the milkmaids, be manifest in my mind, Kamala's, Radha's white swans. Swimming in the lotus-filled ponds of the Yamuna, accord that sweet jingling a warm welcome. Ooh. Whoa! This is definitely artless. The melodious warbling in their throats. Woo, yeah. See, it looks a little artless, doesn't it? This ecstasy is like, it's like, that looks kind of weird, man. Where's the art to it? It's just like jumping around like frogs, you know. It's artless, but it's beautiful. See? Isn't it funny? They use the perfect word. I was wondering, what is this? Shouldn't it be artistic? No, and you look at the ecstatic motions awakening on the devotee, it looks pretty artless, right? It's like, hey, man, jumping around, you know, doing all kinds of crazy things, but it's beautiful. It's a beauty in that artlessness. The Acharyas, they describe things as perfect. Just to, like, see, you got to experience these things to understand, to relate. Otherwise, there's no relation. May Krishna's nectar-filled sweet lips play in my mind, intoxicated with delight. Intoxicated with delight. I like that word. His broad eyes, reddish like the rising sun. See, that's one of the devotional symptoms, is redness in the eyes, cheeks red. Just like people that drink, you know, they're luscious, you know, they have this red face almost perpetually. Well, the devotees also, they relish ecstatic love. Their cheeks and eyes reddish. The palms also get red because it just gets the blood going, man. All right. Intoxicated, his broad eyes, reddish like the rising sun, are full of compassion. His hair is standing on end because of touching Kamala's, Radha's heavy, pitcher-like breasts. And he has melted the lotus-like hearts of the sages with the sound of his flute. May there appear in my mind some ecstatic states of charming Śrī Kṛṣṇa. May there appear in my mind some ecstatic states of very charming Kṛṣṇa as he glances at the milkmaids' sweet moonlike faces, agitating them with joy. He seems to be kissing them with his half-closed eyes. As he begins sounding his flute, he assumes the attitude of an adolescent youth. May there awaken in my mind a vision of the Lord arising from the bed of amorous play. The bracelet of Rādhā and Kṛṣṇa tinkles softly, and Kṛṣṇa's yellow cloth is grasped by them both. Whoa! Their hair is disheveled from fatigue, and Kṛṣṇa's peacock plume slips from his hair. Again and again their fickle, playful natures manifest, and at last Rādhā holds Kṛṣṇa with her arms. We worship Lord Kṛṣṇa, who is mischievously keeping his eyes closed, pretending to sleep, in order to hear the milkmaid's playful talks, which are so pleasing to the ear and mind. Though Kṛṣṇa is trying to restrain himself, a gentle smile trickles from his lips drop by drop, and he cannot check the rising tide of love, which causes his hair to begin standing on end. Oh, whoa, oh, ooh. I don't know if it's hot or cold in here. Whew. Whoa, my Lord, whoa, whew. Sweating, man, really sweating. Wow. We do not see any object of worship other than Lord Kṛṣṇa, whether he is deeply in thought, remembering how he decorated the breasts of the resplendent young girl Rādhā with pictures drawn with leaves and sprouts, or whether he is wandering in Vrindavan's forest, which is adorned with the beauty of his dancing feet. When, oh when, shall I see the young boy Kṛṣṇa, the unchallenged king of those who are exquisitely beautiful? See that young boy Kṛṣṇa, the unchallenged king of those who are exquisitely beautiful. When shall I experience along with that vision the flooding nectar of his sound of his flute, endowed with the topmost musical embellishments? When will that child Kṛṣṇa, adorned with peacock plumes, soothe and cool our eyes with the vision of his moonlike face, imbued with the gentleness by the trickling honey of his tender smiles? O moonlike Kṛṣṇa, please soothe and cool my eyes with your sidelong glances, tinged with mercy, with the magnificence of your childhood, touched by youth, and with your wondrous playfulness which nourishes the whole universe. Oh, when will Kṛṣṇa cast upon me his sidelong glances, which are as dark blue? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Sweating again, man. You too?
Yeah.
When will Kṛṣṇa cast upon me his sidelong glances, which are as dark blue as blue lotuses, growing in the Yamuna with tremulous with waves of mercy? Oh, and when will my heart find ineffable joy in the playful notes of his flute, which are more cooling than the moon held on the head of Shiva, Cupid's enemy? O Lord, the milkmaids are describing your fickle glances, your tender, witty talking, your slow gait, made graceful by the swell of deep passion, your eager embraces, and your distracting, agitating, intoxicating smile. O Lord, please let me see your bodily splendor, which is the most magnificently beautiful in all the three worlds, which bears your continuous smiles, whoa, and your long, wide eyes, which is tightly embraced by the milkmaids of Raj to their breasts, and which diffuses an endless flood of bluish effulgence like clusters of blossoms. O Lord, please show me your mercy by casting upon me your charming sidelong glances, moving to the accompaniment of your flute song. If I have your blessings, what use are others? And if I am without your blessings, what use are others? I fix my folded palms upon my head, and given voice by my increasing, ceaseless, pitiful misery, pray, O Lord, O ocean of mercy, please anoint me just once with a drop of kindness from your sidelong glance. O Lord, our eyes have become restless to see your childlike form, with its clusters, locks delightfully adorned with peacock feather, that form which is worshipped by the buxom milkmaid's lotus eyes, possesses a face that has begun defeating the beauty of the moon and the lotus. O Krishna, O flute player, the sweetness of your early age is wonderful within these three worlds. You know my unsteadiness, and I know yours. No one else knows about this. I want to see your beautiful, attractive face somewhere in a solitary place, but how can this be accomplished? O Krishna, your verbal duels with the impassioned, vivacious milkmaids exhilarate the hearts of the fortunate. These talks are filled with the nectar of the exchanges of love, rendered very pleasant by waves of witty meanings, imbued with your natural boyishness and punctuated by the movements of your wide dancing eyes. Oh, when will Krishna, the great ocean of mercy, appear before me again and again with his spotless effulgent moonlike face? And when will the nectareous sound of his flute, expressive of his pastimes, remove my great disease? Interrupt my deep meditation. I am very eager to embrace that playful young boy, Krishna, with my restless, longing eyes. He is delightful to see, and with his tender, artless, darting glances, he fills my mind with indescribable agitation. O Krishna, the playful movements of your restless red lips, the flood of your joyous flute sounds, and other such enchantments of yours are, alas, alas, tormenting me. O Krishna, the playful movements of your restless red lips, the flood of your joyous flute sounds, and other such enchantments of yours are, alas, alas, tormenting me. O Lord, until some terminal disease comes to strike violently at my vital parts and cripple my limbs and joints, may the moon of your face, by the double thick awning, for the current of my consciousness against the burning of separation, till the 10th stage of man, death, comes upon me through some physical defect, enveloping me in total darkness. Let me ever see the orb of your moonlike face, which is the abode of both the pastimes of beauty and your high-sounding flute. My ear catches the tinkling of the bejeweled anklets of Kṛṣṇa, the ocean of mercy. That tinkling is sweetened by his effulgent forefeet, which are receiving waves of playful glances from his rolling eyes, and the flooding resonance of his flute song. O my Lord, O dearest one, O only friend of the universe, O Kṛṣṇa, O restless one, O ocean of mercy, my Lord, my enjoyer, O my beloved, my eyes of my eyes, alas, when will you again be visible to me? O my Lord, O dearest one, O only friend of the universe, O Kṛṣṇa, O restless one, O ocean of mercy, O my Lord, O my enjoyer, O beloved of my eyes, alas, when will you again be visible to me? O my Lord, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, O friend of the helpless, you are the only ocean of mercy. Because I have not met you, my inauspicious days and nights have become unbearable. I do not know how I shall pass my time. My heart, alas, what shall I do? To whom shall I speak? Let whatever I have done in the hopes of meeting Kṛṣṇa be finished now. Please say something auspicious, but do not speak about Kṛṣṇa. Alas, Kṛṣṇa is lying within my heart like Cupid. Therefore, how can I possibly give up talking of him? I cannot forget Kṛṣṇa, whose smile is sweeter than the sweetness itself, who gives pleasure to my mind and eyes. Alas, my great thirst for Kṛṣṇa is increasing by moment. Alas, for me, a glimpse of that young boy with lotus eyes is far, far away. Doubly so his embraces. Alas, I am completely unlucky. O Kṛṣṇa, oh, when shall I see your lotus face with its deep red lips, its constant smiling, its very enchanting flute song saturated with jubilation, and its delight, half-closed eyes, and sometimes open and very wide and wander here and there. Oh, when will the time come when that merciful boy Kṛṣṇa will look upon me with his playful lotus eyes, which are soothing and cooling with loving emotion, reddish from the corners of his dark bluish, as the rises, dark bluish at the irises, and wonderfully rolling and dancing. My eyes search for that enchantingly adorned one, Murari, whose thick locks bear the peacock plume, and whose gaze darts here and there very quickly. His lovely lips are red like bimba fruits, and with his sweet, gentle laughter he seems to be churning the ocean of my heart with Mount Mandira. We are searching for that person who has stolen the effulgence of thick clouds, who has grown a bit languid from playing so much, who wears a crest made from the playful feathers of impassioned peacock, whose lotus face is so fascinating, who has become stunned by long and close contact with the upward pointing sidelong glances of Rādhā, and who is the very overabundance of perfection of all sweet beauty in the universe. When shall I see it to my heart's content, my Lord Kṛṣṇa, for whom the sages must always search further along the path, but whose face, which enchants all the three worlds, is always visible to the eyes of the milkmaids of Raj? When shall I see him, whose luster resembles a slightly open blue lotus, and who is always beyond the reach of the words of the great sages like Vyasa? See, some people might interpret that, see, beyond the words of the great sage Vyasa, and say, see, he's not dealing with words. No, the words of the gopis. See, even Uddhava had to go to Vrindavan because their yearning and desire for Krishna was so intense. See, so they could. It wasn't beyond their words. And they would call Krishna, he would come because of their strong desire. So that's why you have to. It takes, a lot of revelation to understand this stuff. Isn't it amazing what's going on here? It's every day more amazing. Just like it says in the book here. Hare Krishna. It's as much strength as I've got to swim in that ocean. Whew. Oh my Lord. Oh man, it chills up and down my spine. Like waves. Whoa.
What is this book?
Kṛṣṇa-karṇāmṛtam, one of Lord Chaitanya's favorite books. That's how I'm going to write that down and check it out. Yeah, it's in the Nitai database. Wow. Whew. Used up 3 napkins on that. 3 hankies. Got a 4th going now. So you see why Ramananda Roy, when he had talks with Lord Chaitanya, he said, I'm winding up my business here and I'm going to go with you to Jagannath Puri and let us just do this to the end of our days. What else is better than this? I mean, in life, can you imagine? Just saying, this is the thing, Hari Katha. Jeez. Hare Krishna, I don't know what to do. What not to do. Have a sip of this. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,